safe moon coin turned some people into instant millionaires just from spending a few $100s. The media kept shoving it in our faces about how the Shiba Inu coin turned a man's few $1,000s into over $1 billion. For these people, it was like winning a lottery. But you know something about lotteries? Most people get nothing. Getting excited about some random coin that was showed to you on Twitter, TikTok isn't going to make you a millionaire overnight. Sorry to burst your bubble, but most of these coins are going to zero, and trying to make a quick buck off them is nothing short of gambling. In this video, I'll be showing you some of the key features that will help you determine whether a token you're interested in is either a shitcoin or a diamond in the rough. Let's get started. First off, does it solve a problem? This is the first question you should ask whenever a project presents itself to you. Problems always demand a solution, and if there's a crypto project that's out there solving a problem, there's definitely going to be a high demand for it. Investing early in such projects is usually a good thing. The cryptoverse as a whole exists to solve a lot of problems in the modern age. The most successful crypto projects out there are the ones that are solving real-world problems. Take for example, Bitcoin, a digital means of payment that allows peer-to-peer borderless transactions without the need for a third party. Another example is Monero. This was created to solve the privacy issues that existed with Bitcoin. Ethereum was made to create smart contracts and enable the world of decentralized finance. Polygon was created to solve the scaling problems with Ethereum. Solana for higher transaction speeds. These crypto projects, as you can see, are solving specific problems that demand solutions. They aren't just copycat projects that are doing what's popular around the blockchain. One thing you should note is that having a use case is not the same as solving a problem. Let's look at another example, Litecoin. Litecoin was created as a fork of Bitcoin in order to process transactions faster and be used as a currency for quick payments. So if a project presents itself to you as a means of payments that can process transactions really quickly, and that's the sole purpose of that project, they aren't really solving anything. This is a problem that has found a solution a very long time ago. That project has a use case but isn't solving a problem, and as such, you won't see institutional adoption for such projects. The next thing you should consider is, does the math add up? A lot of projects nowadays entice newcomers with very high yield or annual percentage returns. Sometimes you'll see projects with annual percentage returns of up to 1000%. 1000% annual percentage returns are not realistic, and sadly a lot of projects are rife with such outlandish promises. They usually do this to get you to invest your hard-earned cash into their projects, and more often than not, they'll dump such projects on you, leaving you holding their bags. A point worth considering before you invest in such projects with high APR is, how on earth are they going to generate this yield? You will often see ridiculous tokenomics that takes a cut out of buys and sells, stupid bond mechanics, and so on. If your staking rewards come from percentage fees of newcomers, you are literally in a pyramid scheme. The earlier investors are the ones at a big advantage. And speaking of tokenomics, ideally a project should not have 100% of its funds inside the token. Good projects usually have funds locked up for developments. A bonus point to the projects that allow the community to determine how those funds should be spent in order to advance the future of the projects. An example of this is Uniswap. So the takeaway here is this: whenever a project presents itself to you, make sure to ask, what catalyst is going to drive the price up? And that brings us to the next point. Does the project have the financial means to succeed? A good project should have enough funding, or at least be able to generate funding to succeed in the future. Solid projects should be able to attract new investors based on their solid concepts and not rely on influencers to show their project to their followers. Twitter raids or mass comments on YouTube. A project shouldn't rely on these things to be able to attract investors. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't work at all. There are projects out there that actually use these concepts to get 10 to 100x. However, you need to be careful. If the price of a project's token can only go up based on newcomers coming in to buy, you aren't dealing with a good coin, you're most likely dealing with a shit coin. Up next, we have the roadmap, and to keep it short and simple, roadmaps should not be full of to be announced or empty promises. The roadmap should instead outline clear goals that determine how the project would move forward. We see this in projects like Cardano, Ethereum, Polkadot, Solana, Polygon, and so on. Before moving on to number 5 on our list, I would really appreciate it if you can help take this channel to the moon. It's free, it's simple, all you need to do is hit that subscribe button. The next points are a bit more personal, but I really think you can benefit from it. I think good projects have seen at least one bear market. Now I say this because such projects are focused on growth and are actually building something that is sustainable. Bull markets see a lot of quick cash grab projects, but projects that weather out the bear markets are often here to stay. Look at the teams of such projects and check out their resume. What the team has built in the past can give you an idea of how well they'll handle the project you are currently interested in. For example, Polkadot was built by one of the core members of the Ethereum team. It's much better to invest in such projects. You really don't want to be buying projects from anonymous teams living millions of miles away. Now I know I might have been a bit hard on Twitter rates or mass comments on YouTube, but actually having an active community is pretty good for a project. For a project to have mass adoption, it has to be able to appeal to the audience. Good projects should regularly hold AMAs and answer the queries of their users. An active community actually accelerates the growth of such projects. Next tip on avoiding shitcoins is to stay well within the first 4 pages of CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Going lower than that is really asking to get wrecked.